Happy September, guys. Can you believe it's September? I can't. I'm like, what in the world is happening? I was hoping we can just do a little, can you guys hear me okay? My computer is freezing for a second. Okay. I was hoping we could do a little like just check-in / mastermind of reflection on this last month, anything that's been really working for you that you want to share, or anything that you feel like, man, I'm really struggling in this area. I was thinking about doing a post, but I'd like to start it maybe on this call of like, what's the biggest thing that you're struggling with right now in your business? And I know that all of us have a lot on our plates, a lot in different areas of our lives, a lot going on right now. So I would love for this call to be productive as far as acknowledging like this is where I'm struggling most, and to know you're not the only one, but to also we can give each other ideas of, okay, if time is what you're struggling with, Sarah is awesome at that, and she can, did the call that she just did last week was super amazing on time blocking. So just, I'd love for us to be able to go through that together. And then I want to kind of highlight some key factors, some things this month so that we can go, I know it's the second, but so we can go into this month with some strategy. But also I think it's really important for every single person on our team right now, because I know everyone, to keep things super simple, like to keep things simple and focused, and return to like the focus on our journey and sharing that. And I think that we'll probably enjoy this and be more successful by doing that. So first, pumpkin spice launches today. And I did not do a good job of like building up that in our team, but it's today. So I have some from the last time that I don't even remember when I ordered it. And so I'm drinking it today. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. It's September. So make sure and share that with your teams, and you can put it in your stories. Just remind people that Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is out. A cool thing to do with Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is they have graphics on the Google, but you can make your own too. Look up the nutrition facts of like a pumpkin spice latte or something from Starbucks, and compare the nutritional. That's just a nutrition label, and it is eye-opening how much sugar and stuff is in pumpkin spice stuff that people drink all the time. So, just getting it again through story, sharing with people. If you are a huge pumpkin spice fan, sharing with people like, this is how I can help combat stress in my life and boost my energy and support my digestive system while still feeding my pumpkin spice craving, that kind of thing, will usually go a lot further than selling it. Like, pumpkin spice is only $70, I forget how much it is. Does that make sense? And I think most of you on here know that, but how we connect with people and serve people, because what we do in coaching is a service. It's not a sales job. It is a service, is through story. It's through helping other people see what's possible for them by going first ourselves. All of that from Pumpkin Spice announcement. Oh man. Okay. I would love to just kind of jump in here, you guys. I will go first just to get it out of the way. I'll give you guys a quick update. I've updated a couple of you individually, but on my roller coaster over here. And then I'd love just to hear from you guys. So this last month I was able to lock in, I think, SC12. Oh, excuse you, little lady. I don't know if you guys heard that gas that just came out. It's a victory that we're celebrating. Whoa. Anyways, okay, so my husband is going to fly back today. I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version. We are going to be moving probably at the beginning of October. Excuse you. He has a job offer officially. That's gross. With the Washington Department of Corrections. And so we are going to be moving. I have to be out of our house by October 7th. Our cabin closes September 25th. I have not packed one box in my house, and we've got like a crazy show going on over here this month, but I'm excited. This last month, as you guys know, has been crazy with having a newborn and driving so many days in the car. And I basically took the month off, I would say, for the most part, which is really cool about our job, that we could do that, right? You have the flexibility to do that, and we still had a really financially a really solid month. So I'm very thankful for that. We as a family with my parents are buying a lake house. So next team retreat is going to be on the lake. Just kidding. Maybe not, but maybe. It is so cool, you guys. I can't wait to show you pictures. And it was built 100 years ago, and the family reached out to us and shared with us the story of how it was built. And it's got like 100-year-old rock walls, but it's just been kind of abandoned and not loved on for a while. So we've got our work cut out for us, but the story behind it is super cool. So I can't wait to share that with you. We'll probably be living there for a few months until we buy our house, which is going to be in Idaho in the Post Falls area or Coeur d'Alene. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Packing up our life with 3 kids over here. That's why I've been not as on top of things as I'd like to be, but I appreciate your guys' grace with me. I appreciate all the work that you guys did in the flash sale and the mega sale that we did last month. I think it was a good growing experience. I feel like it was a good learning experience. We got, Sarah, your graphics were like phenomenal, and I think it's gonna be incredible if we ever want to do one again. Those are already done. Felicia, thank you so much for doing the raffles. And Jamie, I know you guys orchestrated on that. So like, seriously, thank you guys for being on top of that and running that. It was great. And what's worked for me, I feel like, has been social media. I've been consistent with that. I've not been consistent with inviting, I'll be honest with you guys, but because I was consistent on social media, I had people reach out to me, which was nice. And then sharing before and afters, and for me, being honest with like, oh, this is the 4th time I'm starting MBF. And that's okay. Like, this is just my world. Like, I tried starting it 3 other times and I was dedicated, but then it didn't happen. And so I think people need to hear that in our lives, that we're not, like, we set goals and we miss them, and that's okay. It's not going to stop us. So I am having prep week this week, and like recommitting has been great for me to be able to easily, authentically invite to, and it just flows really naturally. What I want to work on for September is being more structured with my work time. I'm going to start my early mornings again, which most of you know that when I started this business, I used to wake up at 4 in the morning, and I had to in order to get work done and my workout done before I go to work. And I'm not getting up at 4:30. I'm gonna move it back, because like 4 is crazy. 4:30 is a little bit more acceptable. So I'm gonna be trying that for the first week, and that routine. I don't know about you guys, but first thing in the morning, if it's possible, which it's not always with our kids, right? If it's possible, I feel the absolute best when not when I'm all spit up on, but that happens all the time. That was nice. When I wake up, I drink my Energize, do my workout while listening to personal development of some sort, drink my shake, and like go and like have some focused strategy for the day. I don't know about you guys, but when that's done, like before my kids wake up, if possible, I feel like I could conquer the world, even though it is so hard to drag myself out of bed in the morning. So that's what I'm working on this month, especially in the middle of life being in boxes. And I'm excited about that and just sharing that journey. So I'm done talking now. I would love for you guys to tap in, share maybe some reflections of this last month, what's working, what you're going to work on, what you're struggling with, anything. I will call on you if I have to.
I'll go.
Perfect.
One thing that's really been working for me this past month is kind of buddying up with Felicia. And we've been kind of holding each other accountable / like picking each other up when we're having a really bad day. And it's been really good because it's been tough. I think both of us, our biggest struggle has been wanting to get so much done, and then the day just goes the way mom life days usually go, and it's easy to get frustrated. And so it's been really good to have that person to like bounce things off of and to just talk back and forth too. So getting a buddy or a success partner or something, I think, has been really helpful. We've also been doing power hours the last 2 weeks. We haven't done any yet this week, but they've been really helpful for me. So that's been really working for me. Hopefully it's working for Felisa too. Struggle, I think, for me has been with social media. And just, I feel like it's fallen flat. I'm struggling to actually connect and engage with people, and posting and kind of stuff like that. So I'm really focusing on that this month and trying to be more consistent and trying to keep it a little bit more engaging and maybe a little bit lighter sometimes. I don't know, trying to work on getting that to be more of a place to connect with people, if that makes sense. And that's it.
I love it. I love that. That reminded me, Sarah, I actually asked in my 5 to 8 star diamond group that I'm in, one of them has a new coach 30-day posting, like some schedule or tips or something, which I think would be super helpful for everybody. So I am gonna, thankfully we share resources with each other, so I actually asked for that to check that out, and I'll share that with you guys when I get that as well. And I wanted to pause because I just looked at the chat too, and we have Elena. Did I say your name right? Elena?
Yes. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Elena, is Felisa your coach? Is that right?
Jen.
Her upline. She's actually one of my personally sponsored coaches.
Okay. Awesome. Well, welcome. I wanted to just take a second and welcome you. I'm so happy that you're here with us.
Thank you, guys. I'm excited.
Yes, we have a cool crew. So on our team calls, usually we'll sometimes have a guest speaker, and then we'll have calls like this where we just kind of update each other. But we're really happy to have you.
Thanks.
And Rochelle, I know you're. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I interrupt you? Okay, Rochelle, I know you're at work, so I don't know if you could talk, but.
I'll say hi really quick.
Okay. I'm so happy you're here.
Me too. Sorry I'm a little bit late.
No,
I'm excited to hear what's going on.
It's all good. It's all good. So Rochelle is my cousin, actually, and I'm so excited. She was on Liz's webinar last night, and invited one of her friends, Katie, and for any of you in actually, I don't think anyone else is, in our Marco Polo group, they've just been killing it in there. So I'm so happy you're here. And Alyssa, I'm so happy that you made it too. Alyssa is one of Nikki's coaches. And she hit, I think you locked in Success Club, didn't you, Alyssa? I don't know if you can unmute yourself. I know you got babies.
Yeah, I did. Just like by 30 minutes, I was pushing at 8:30. It was kind of stressful.
I'm so proud of you, and we get to celebrate you as a new Emerald coach on Thursday too, which I'm super excited about. So anyways, I wanted to take a second and say hi to you guys and welcome you. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Jamie, how about you go?
Some successes. I have been consistent even through all the crazy on my social media. I think my struggle in life in general is just like the unknown of what's going on in my world. I did like a live about it. It's like living in the middle, and I think that all of us are kind of living in some space of the middle, which is a really uncomfortable place for me on so many levels. So in my business even, I feel like I've hit like a middle of like invites and who, like, do I have anybody left that's in my warm market? So I have set some goals for myself. I think September is going to be more of a building relationships outside of my warm market. So I'm not sure like my growth as in like business growth, but I think I have to build like the back end really before I can grow further is how I'm feeling. But overall, living in the middle, like in every aspect of my life, I'm living in the middle. So, which is not my favorite place to be.
I love that. I was telling my husband, like, because he's been feeling super anxious as well, especially before we found this house, and like, we are going to be homeless at the end of the month. And I was like, just stay uncomfortable with me. This is where our faith grows. Isn't it exciting? And he looked like he wanted to slap me in the face. Like really, I'm super annoying when things are hard. But I love that you shared that with us. Love it. Okay, Felisa, you want to go next?
Sure. So I think for me last month, the struggles were the fires and distance learning. I know not everybody knows, but I actually live in Vacaville, so I was right in the heart of the fires, really bad stuff. And so initially when that happened, it was trying to figure out like, how do I navigate social media with that? How do I go on with business as usual with that when so many of the people that I see or, you know, interact with on social media on a daily basis and I know are struggling in some way, shape, or form. You know, I have people who I know close that actually lost their homes and lost everything. Plus, I mean, it was just rough in general because I would say that was the first time to experience something so tragic so close. And it was like the air, like if you could just see, you guys had the smoke in your area, like think about like when you're right there, like that alone just put like a huge damper on your mood. Like just looking outside and going, okay, like, wow. And it just was the best word to use to describe that for me was somber. I was just so somber. Like, how do I pull myself out of that? But thank God for Sarah, literally, because like I'm one of those people that if I have people depending upon me, that's when I show up more. So, you know, and knowing that she was there, knowing that like in some ways, you know, she was counting on me, it made me go, okay, well, I got to do something. So I found a way to still, what I did during that time was I still engaged. I still built relationships and I still showed up on social media, but obviously I just showed up with what was going on in my life. So that was good for me. I think what I feel like was the biggest success for me for this past month was two things. I did hold diamond, yay. So I'm so super happy about that. But also I think I get overwhelmed when I don't feel like I have an idea of what I need to do every day in an organized fashion. Like if I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, things get forgotten, especially with distance learning and whatnot. So Sarah and I have been working on that where, you know, I'm developing my daily, you know, morning and afternoon tasks for my business, like checking the coach news and all of that stuff, checking in with my bod groups, really having that daily habit checklist that has to happen every morning, that has to happen every night. And developing some back-end stuff has made me feel a little bit more relaxed. So when I show up on social media, I feel like I'm a little happier. So that honestly, and the power hours, it really is consistency and vital behaviors. Like honestly, just keep going back to those. Every time you pull away, you just have to keep going back. So that's my focus for this month, is to continue just doing what we really got. I think Sarah and I would both agree probably those last 2 weeks of the month, we really started figuring that out, and to continue that times 10 this month is basically where I'm at.
Can I add one thing to what Felisa just said? You guys, what we've been doing for power hours is just going in the Beachbody Champions page and picking power hours from, I think it's like unit 9 or 10 are all the action hours. And we've just been picking one and doing it with them together. And we've learned a lot of different tips because it's kind of nice to see so many different ways that people do things and then kind of figuring out, oh, I like that and I want to make that part of my routine. So it's been actually really helpful to learn from.
I love that. And I don't know why we as a team haven't done that sooner, or why haven't it. I love that idea. They have so many great resources in the Beachbody Champions page. If you're not a part of it, go request to be a part of it. Maybe we can have like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what would help for everyone, because I know everyone's time is different on their availability, especially with distance learning. Felisa and Sarah, what have you found because I know you're both have kids, what time usually works for you guys, or does it change?
It kind of changes. We had tried some different times because we were trying to get on with our Team Cup teams, and we would have 1 or 2 people jump on each one with us. Actually, I think it was only ever one other person here and there, but it was really hard to coordinate schedules. And so I think the reason that it worked, I mean, the 2 of us just buddying up, we were able to find a time and make it work. And sometimes we would be like, oh, my kids need help, so can we do it like in 30 minutes? So because it was just the 2 of us, we were able to be a little bit more flexible with our time and figure out when, find a time to do it. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I think she's right. I think we started getting overwhelmed when we tried to schedule it for too many people. Yeah. I think you have to find one person that you can be accountable for that power hour too, or even like her and I, we thought there for a minute that for a couple weeks she wasn't going to be available for power hours. So even doing a power pocket where you do the 30 minutes of the hard stuff, right? The follow-ups and the invites together. Whatever you can do, find that one person that you feel comfortable being flexible with and that you have similar schedules with, and sticking with that person and then putting it out to your team as you do them. Because I kind of feel like if you're going to do it for your team, they have to be committed to. So it's one thing if somebody's like rearing and ready to go and on fire and they want to do it and they show up, but you have to show up for yourself first. So.
Totally. I love that. I'm almost wondering if it'd be helpful to have like a, I don't know if we could do it 7 days in advance, or like each day we could post a power hour link from the champs page in our leadership page and say, hey, for anyone doing their power hour, here's one you can follow on your own at your own time, just to give, because I feel like what I've seen is that it's overwhelming sometimes, especially if you're newer, to like pick one. It's like there's something that's overwhelming, but when someone tells you do this, you don't have to think about it anymore. It's a little bit more doable. Sorry, choking over here. So yeah, that's just a thought that maybe we can play with. I know it's hard to orchestrate stuff like that for everybody, but I love that. Thank you guys so much for sharing.
We can do that if you want, Jessica. I mean, we've already been through quite a few of them, and we have some that like we really like, and I don't mind. We have the links in that group page we did, because we would put the link for everybody who didn't show up in our Team Cup page group, Facebook group, and we can, like put a couple of those, like maybe a new one every few days or something for people to, jump on and use if you want us to.
If you guys are up for that, I think that'd be amazing. Even if you had like 5 of your favorites or something, and to be like a work week, like Monday through Friday, here's a work week of power hours. And you do one a day, depending on, what everyone's schedules are. That way it's, like I said, it's sometimes so simple to be like, okay, this is the first one I'm going to do. I'm going to check it off. The next day, this is the next one I'm going to do. I'm going to check it off. That would be awesome if you guys are up for that. Cool. Thank you. So Alicia, would you like to update us?
Sure.
How are you?
I'm okay. It's been a weird month for me. Just like had a lot of really rough stuff personally with, I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna start crying if I start talking about it. But it's just really hard to show up sometimes. Like when there's so much going on, like I want to show up on social media, but then like I feel like I can't really be honest, and it just makes me like not want to show up at all. So that's kind of what I've been struggling with. Sorry, you guys.
Don't be
Do not
shy.
apologize.
Yeah, do not. You have been through cancer.
Just like I don't know how to like handle it, because when I try to be just like quiet and just say I'm going through hard times, I get told that I'm looking for pity. And like
Okay, whoever told you that needs to step off.
Yeah. Whoever told you that needs to come talk to me.
Let me at them, because I have some fists that I can give them.
And then when I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to be like fake or anything, you know? So it's just hard. Like, I just feel like it's hard to just show up at all.
I get that.
And you know what? You don't necessarily have to. And you know what else? The people who said that to you, those aren't your people. So you ignore them is what you do. Like legitimately, you ignore them, because people who know you and people who feel you are going to get it, and they are going to want to love on you. And that is what you need right now. You need people to love on you, okay? And if all you do is you show up in putting a quote that resonated with you, and you can maybe just do like a one sentence why it resonated. You don't have to go into detail, right? You don't have to share if you don't want to, Celicia, but when you do share, what you share is you showing your heart, and that is what matters. Screw anybody else who has anything else to say, because that is just somebody else who is jealous of something in some way, jealous that you can actually say, hey, I'm going through a hard time. They're jealous of your courage. They're jealous that you're so brave. That is unacceptable. Do not listen to that crap. Sorry.
Reach. Are things any better?
I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
You know,
It's like, I don't know. It's just, it fluctuates a lot, and I just don't, like, I don't really know what to do.
yeah. Well, we are here for you. We are your people. Like, please know that, and we'll continue to pray for you to be as much as we can. But exactly what Felicia said. Literally just block those people. It's like that's ridiculous, you know. People are so dumb right now, and there's so many an exponential number of trolls on the internet right now.
Yeah.
Like, nuts.
I was going to say, for every person that's putting you down for sharing, you could also be showing somebody like, look, it's not all rainbows and sunshines. We all struggle. And you could be also inspiring somebody, but you might not hear it. So try to remind yourself of that too, that there are people who do need to see the struggle too.
Yeah.
Such a good word.
Well, and I know some of you guys probably don't watch Gary Vee because he cusses, and I love him. I love that he cusses. I'm just saying. But he actually posted, Celicia, just the other day. He might be somebody you want to follow, because like he just posted, I wouldn't say it was yesterday. He was talking about trolls and about people. He's like, I love it. I love when people come on and tell me I'm ugly. I love it. And he goes, and you know what? He said, I feel for those people. Those are the people I think about. Those are the people I love on, because those are the people who are missing something in their lives. Those are the people who are not happy in their lives. Those are the people we need to love on the most. So whoever said that to you, they're going through their own crap and they're putting it out on you, right? So just think about it that way. honestly think, gosh, you know, what is this person going through that they felt they had to react that way to me when I was sharing myself? They're struggling some way too, believe it or not. And honestly, I admire you because, you know, I know we've talked a little bit before, and, you know, I can tell you that I feel you because I have similar experiences, but I also can say that, you know, you are still showing up. You are still, believe it or not, you may not feel like you're showing up as much, but you are still showing up. I've seen you showing up. So you should be proud of yourself for that.
Yeah, I just feel like I've been really inconsistent. And I mean, I've tried as much as I can on the days when I can, but there's just days that I can't.
And that's okay.
Totally okay. Give yourself grace. Like, you definitely give yourself grace, because it's not the short, like, we're not in this just for the short term, you know, we're in it for the long run, and you have to rest. You have to listen to what your heart needs. And just like Felicia said, we all see you show up still, and it's amazing with everything that you're carrying. So be proud of yourself. Like, yeah, exactly. We're not going anywhere. We're here for you, just to be, you know, to be your support system as much as we can, as much as you need. And we think you're amazing. Yes, you're doing amazing. I'm so sorry. I'm praying this chapter is not so rough for you for much longer. Well, if there's anything we can do for you, please just let us know. Don't hesitate. Hopefully this month will be better.
Hopefully.
And look at the baby.
Look, Maddie's not spitting up on me right now or crying, so that's exciting. Say hi. Can you smile for them? All right. Alyssa, will you share with us how things are going? I know that you, I can't see your face, but we can hear you. But we'd love to hear from you about this last month for you, your first time hitting Success Club. How did things go? What changed for you? Any questions?
Well, I don't really even know. I just know that, something had to change at home. Having the kids, and then with all the virus and being locked at home, stressed and depressed and almost feeling alone. My husband works all the time. So I took the chance to say yes to Nikki again for the many, many times that she's tried to get me started. But anyway, so I think partially what helped and, you know, kind of got me a little excited was my best friend decided to join me. She was feeling the same struggles. And so she decided to join me for the MBF. And I think sort of in a way feeling like I needed to show up for her helped keep me accountable. So that first week when you sort of struggle the most, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I cried or almost cried because I was like, what was I thinking of trying to do this with the kids? Like, I just can't do this. But so anyway, so then, you know, you start to feel better because you're eating better and you're exercising and you start to feel a little stronger, I guess. So then that sparked okay, well, I'm figuring it out. I can do this. I mean, it's not perfect every day, but I'm showing up and it's better than what I was doing before. And so I had to get out of my head a little bit in that sense. And then I've just been wanting to share. Just, again, it keeps me accountable. And then that sort of sparked people's interest. I think by me sharing my journey, people have been reaching out. So, you know, I never really thought that I could do this as a business or anything, just because I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be pushy. And I've always felt like, okay, go to the bathroom. Let me know when you're done. And I always felt like I couldn't be a coach. I mean, I'm trying to figure out myself. How can I help anybody else? But by having other people who join you, it almost helps keep you excited and keep you going. I mean, sort of like Sarah and Felisa teaming up at their level. Sorry, this would be why I'm on mute and you can't see me. But anyway, so they're at their level, so they're teaming up together, almost like me teaming up with my best friend. We're at different stages, but it helps having a buddy system and a partner to keep you excited and keep you going at your stage. So I kind of feel like that's what helped or is helping me, post and keep going, is maybe helping somebody else who could be where I was or am still.
I love that. And honestly, you like literally outlined the perfect transition into coaching, the perfect, authentic, genuine transition and beginning of a coaching career. Because I feel like so many people can relate to you and how they started. And I wanted to highlight a couple things you said. Your best friend started because she was having the same struggles. It wasn't because you were picture perfect, doing everything perfectly, and your life was easy, and that's what you're posting on social media. She wanted to do it with you because she was sharing the same struggles. And I think for all of us, that is such a good reminder, right? People, just like you, Alyssa, you were sharing with Celicia, and for all of us, people are hurting right now. And we all have our stuff right now at different levels. And when we're able to show up in a way where we're like, hey, life is hard for me too right now, but I'm choosing this. This is how I'm trying to react. None of us are perfect. We all have our moments of breakdown, myself included. And I think that realness that we can share with people and show them like, hey, let's show up together. That's what we do as coaches. We don't know all the answers at all, ever. We are not perfect. I still, I've been loving wine. As a coach, we're not called to be perfect. We're just called to show up with people and help them show up for themselves. And then we show up for ourselves, and it's just easier. It's easier together to get through hard times rather than being by ourselves. So Alyssa, thank you so much for sharing. I'm really excited for you and to see what this next month holds for you. I would just say best advice is to keep going. It's the same. We are not a salesy team. We will never, ever teach people to get out there and act like a salesperson. This is about service and our own journey. The best thing all of us can do, no matter what level you're at, is to pick a program, stick to it, share your journey. Share when it's hard, share when you mess up, share when you succeed. Share your ups and share your downs, and invite people to be on the journey with you. And as you said, you start to feel better and it starts to encourage you more, but it's not going to be overnight, that huge transition. And people are so much more apt to join you when you share the journey from the beginning rather than waiting to invite to join you after you have a six-pack or after you've lost 50 pounds. Then you become intangible. It's really crazy how that happens. So anyways, I'm really proud of you, Alyssa, and I'm excited to see what this next month holds for you. Amy, your turn. Tag, you're it. I don't think she heard me. Amy, share with us how this
I took my video off.
I see you.
I'm right over here in the corner. I'm like, no. Well, so I know that I need to get to do these calls way more, but it's hard for me. I get so sidetracked. That's my biggest problem in life. I think I just have major focusing issues. Anyway, that's my ADD brain. But yesterday I wanted to share with you guys, I never with nutrition, with all the nutrition stuff, I get really, I feel like for myself, like I know how to eat well for myself, and like I love my Shakeology and everything, and my meals are pretty good here at my own, what I do. But it's like when somebody asks me, hey, you know, what do I do for my meals? I'm like, I just kind of go blank. Like I get a little nervous about talking about it because I don't know what to say. But anyway, yesterday I decided, I'm like, I need to get on this Nutrition Plus and watch these videos. And like I said, I have a really hard time like sitting down watching videos or focusing, especially with kids. Like I just really have a hard time. But anyway, I could have excuses for it all. But I watched those videos yesterday on To Be Mindset, and I loved them so much. And it just created like a whole new thing for me. Like I'm so excited to share all that with everybody. So if anybody hasn't watched those, like I really would go and just watch a couple videos, and I'm excited to just share them with everybody. So that was one thing that happened to me yesterday that I'm excited about for this month, like to talk about that with everybody. And then I definitely need to get some business builders under me. A lot of my girls haven't really, you know, done a lot with coaching, and I want to help them more with that. So that's what I'm going to focus on more for September, is just helping them a little more. And that part kind of freaks me out because I'm still learning, I feel like. But yeah, so what else? I don't know.
I'm so proud of you for watching the videos.
Yes, they were. Finally was like, okay, I need to get on here and watch these. And I was just really glad I did, because they were good. Alana is just so, the way she explains it all and all her tips are great. Like stop yelling. Anyway.
Hi.
And then also I stopped, like last month, I know what helped me a lot was I used to only post on my story most of the time. Like I would rarely post on Instagram. So I started doing a lot more posting on Instagram, and that has helped me quite a bit, just with getting new people. And so that was another thing that I've noticed. But that's about it. I don't know.
I was going to ask you, all your quotes that you post, would you share with people? Like, how do you do that? Like, what is your, because you've been posting them.
So I go on to okay, they hear you, say hi. I go on to Canva, and I've been using the same exact template, and I just find a quote on Pinterest that I like, and I try and do it every day, and I just like go and make it look exactly the same as my other ones, so it's consistent. And I try to. Some of them are different, but I've been just trying to do that a lot, and I think that helps a lot. You see him? He's cute. Celicia, he's here. She's saying hi. So yeah, I do that with the quotes, and that helps. And I try and do like a quote and a picture almost every day, but I don't always get to do it. So
I love the simplicity of that. And I remember, like, when you have something simple like that, like I'm going to do a quote and a picture every day, in our brains, it stops overcomplicating it. I'm going to do a quote and a picture every day. Or I'm going to do a quote.
Yeah, I just started doing it. Yeah, I thought I needed to have some like type of organization to what I was going to post, and that's just kind of been what I've been doing. But I don't, I just try and do it every few days at least if I get a chance. But I definitely have times where I get really unmotivated, and it's like a couple days will go by and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to post, you know. But I just try and get back into it by honestly going on Pinterest and looking at quotes. Really kind of gives me a little inspiration. I don't know. I mean, it's easy, but it does help me.
I put Amy's Instagram hashtag, good Lord, Instagram handle in the chat if anyone wants to go see what Amy's been doing, because I have noticed I see your stuff a lot more now, and I've been awesome job on that. It's working.
Yeah, I think that with Instagram, you kind of have to do that, right? You have to keep posting so people can see it. And Facebook, I think, is almost even worse with how that works. You have to, what is that called? Where the algorithm? Yeah.
Algorithm. I like that word better.
Well, whatever it is, yeah.
Whatever it is, stupid.
Mhm.
I I love it. And I will also say, Amy, that you, since probably like a month, maybe 2 months ago, you finally started posting pictures of yourself. And that's helpful.
Mhm.
So people get to see your face.
Yeah, I finally got over it, and I was like, okay, I have to keep going forward, and like I can't keep doing the same thing. So I finally got my face in there, and I do get a lot more comments and likes on those types of pictures where I'm actually in them. I've noticed it definitely freaked me out at first, but I've gotten so much more used to it now. And then like the live videos, I'm getting a lot more comfortable with doing that too, which I never thought I would be able to do that because I'm pretty shy. Like I have a hard time even doing these Zoom things. I'm like, but I'm getting out of my shell, so it's good.
So proud of you. You're letting your wings spread like a butterfly. But I think that that's such a good testimonial, especially for new coaches, right? Like you're super shy. You never posted on your Instagram, never posted your face. Live videos terrified you. You never thought you would do them, and you're rocking them right now. So it just takes.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know, you just have to really, I don't know, you have to stop making it complicated, you know? Like I do that with everything. Like I feel like I make everything way more complicated than it needs to be. And it's like if you just make it simple and try and post what you're feeling, it's just, but you can't always do that. But it is, I've definitely learned a lot on Instagram and just social media lately. So I'm glad.
It's awesome. You're going to be teaching a class to our team now.
Just so you know, none of us like going live. I mean,
Yeah, I really don't.
And I definitely,
You guys
myself
so well.
I definitely, if I listen to myself, I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't have posted that. So, yeah, don't go back.
I don't ever do that. No.
Yeah.
I can't go back. Or else I'm like, nope, I'm not posting this. I don't listen. I just post it and I'm like, okay, not looking at this.
Video is you can't, like, you just have to, you're doing it. Like you can't then post it after you record it. You just do it. It's all at once.
Yeah. It's a little scary, but I do better almost on the live videos because it's like, you are live. So you just have to kind of keep going.
Yeah. I just wanted to let you know that I want you to, like, because I know people have told me in the past that, oh, you seem like you just, you shine on your lives. And I'm like, I hate every second of it. Like, I feel like this little kid who's like sitting there going, oh my God, people are judging me. People are watching me. People are, but you just push through and you just know that, somebody is watching and somebody's getting your message. And that's what's important. So I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. And it is important to do them. I think it really, Jessica's always told me that. And I'm like, I'm not doing that, but I've done it and it does help a lot. It really does. People tend to just hop on those and start watching them unlike any other videos, so.
Yeah. Very proud of you. Rochelle and Elena, I know you guys are brand new. Do you guys have any questions for us or any things that you're trying to work through or things that you're afraid of or anything like that? I know you're at work, Rochelle.
It's okay. I'm getting ready to walk outside because I feel like I have to say something. Sorry. Okay, I'm outside. So I don't know. I just am really grateful that I was here to hear everything, and I'm hoping to jump on. I do work 8 to 5 Friday, so I'm gonna just kind of do a sly here at work and listen to you guys and step out when I need to. But my biggest thing, and you guys all touched on it, not even like realizing that we're all like struggling with the same things. My biggest thing is I'm so scared. I'm so scared to put my journey on out there on social media. So I've been like very, very careful and slow. So it's good to hear that everybody struggles with the same thing. You just need to do it anyway. And I'm trying to think, like my biggest question too, I feel is just like the tool. So I think that maybe the more that I'm just kind of plugged in with you guys, the more I'm just gonna kind of learn, even by osmosis, what works and what doesn't work. And I know it's all different for everybody, but like I didn't even realize that we have access to a website, and that there's, you know, my biggest thing too, I think, is just like the whole followers. Like, do you guys have on your social media, are you guys like public on your stuff, or is it just friends? Like, how do you grow outside of your little network? And a lot of my friends are all your friends. And does that make any sense?
Yes. I think we all might be different. When I started, I had to be private because I was working in the prison still, and that was when Jimmy was a gang investigator, and I had to be a little bit more covert. But then I'm public now, and yeah, I think Jamie's public for Instagram, private on Facebook. That part, I think it just is up to each and every person what you want to do. I've met coaches, very successful coaches, who've done both. Obviously with public, your things are shareable, so you can get more attention sometimes. But you know, if people have reasons why they don't want it to be public, because I know there's always sticky situations with, like, for some people with like custody and where they have to be more careful. So I think that part is totally up to you. I would say that my best piece of advice for you and for any newer coach, but this is really, again, it goes back to anyone, even if you're at the top of the company, it really comes down to picking a program, a nutrition fitness program, drinking your Shakeology, documenting your journey. And so, like, making a list of what are my personal goals, what am I personally struggling with, and just write them all out. Whether that's, I struggle with sleeping, like break it down by physical stuff, and then maybe mental emotional stuff. This is a huge mental emotional journey. I will tell you, like, coaching is so simple, and it's so hard for a lot of people because you have to work on yourself. Like, that's your job, is to literally become the best version of yourself. And that's not always easy, especially since most of us on here are moms, right? A lot of us put ourselves on the back burner, and your job as a coach is we have to not choose to be the martyr anymore, and choose that it is important to take care of ourselves so we can be the best mom and wife and teacher, lawyer, nurse, doctor, trainer, whatever. We have to put ourselves first so that we have a full cup. And that's not selfish to do that. And that's a huge part of what we do, is we're showing other moms that it's okay to take 30 minutes for yourself to work out. It's okay to spend money on a health supplement that's really going to help your hormone balance and your digestion and your energy, rather than buying toys for your kids. It's okay to do those things, and it's going to pay off in the long run. And granted, we all have different stories and personalities. Like, our team is full of diverse personalities, but the thing that we're all united in is our heart to serve other people. We really, as a team, and Rochelle, you perfectly fit into that, have a huge heart to serve other people. And this is what has helped me with fear, is I have to choose whether I'm going to, sister. Basically, if fear is going to stop me, I'm not going to help anyone. So what do I want more? To run towards my fear and help people, like, really make a difference in people's lives and show them that I'm scared too, but I'm still showing up, so that if they're scared, they can show up, or if I'm going to choose to let fear stop me, you know. And that's, I think, something we all have to come to, and we do consistently at different roads, because as you grow in this and you reach different levels, you have different fears, and it becomes harder. Let me tell you, I was chatting with Liz this morning, and she got like super nasty messages on her Instagram. And I, a few days ago, got horrible, nasty, horrible, degrading comments on my YouTube and from a Facebook post. And the more people that you're exposed to, the more people that you help, the more negative stuff, the more trolls are going to find you. It's just the nature of growing your business. And so for me, like, I have to decide every day, even though I'm 4.5 years into this, who I am and what I'm about and why I'm showing up. Even if that means that some people are going to be super mean to me because I stand for something, I'm still going to show up because I have so many people that I want to serve and help and empower to be their best selves. And that was like a long answer to that. But it really all does come down to your own journey. Picking a program, picking a personal development book, and being determined to grow and being determined to help as many people along the way as possible. That's where social media comes in, because we can help people, especially in social distancing COVID world, right? We can reach a lot of people from our living rooms. And you know, and so that's kind of my best piece of advice, is just to stick to that and decide to show up every day and share a piece of it, share a piece of your story, share a piece of what you're struggling with and how you're choosing to show up anyways. Share like little glimpses of that. And that's really as simple as it has to be, I think. Anyone else have anything to add to that? Not you, it's not your turn. A good confidence building. Elena, sorry, I want to give you an opportunity too. Did you have any questions for us at all?
Not really right now. I'm sure that I'll have a million questions probably going forward. But yeah, I'm just really glad that I got to get on and just kind of hear from everybody because I think, yeah, it's just really great what you guys are doing and great to just hear everyone's struggles and accomplishments and stuff. So, yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
So she was actually on Liz's call.
Oh, cool.
And she joined, she like messaged me right away, says, I'm in, I want to do what you do. and it's kind of funny because she was brought on by one of my friends, but I was like, you look so familiar to me. Where do I know you from? And I had a feeling it was working. How sometimes you kind of know where you know somebody from, but you don't know exactly the place. And she was like, oh, I used to manage Justice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. I remember you. You were so sweet. I can actually visualize her in the store because I remember when I was actually getting a birthday present for one of my daughter's friends. Like I can totally remember the exact situation. So to me, she's perfect for this because she definitely is going to be somebody who gets the serving with your whole heart kind of thing. So I'm excited that she's on board.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yay. Amy asked, good books for confidence building. Yeah, Felicia said you're a badass. And Sarah, you are the girl for the job. I've been wanting to read that. So really good. I think Brittany Leggett is the first person I've heard recommend that one. So that's awesome. Yeah, those are great. I'm going to reread The Charge this month if anyone needs a recommendation from Brennan Burchard. It's really good. It talks about the difference between the cage life, the comfortable life, and the charged life. And he's so great in everything he does. But I'm going to be listening to that one. Yeah, it's so good. I haven't read it for a couple years now. So I'm going to re-listen to that one and encourage my...
Jess, is there any way to have like an ongoing document where it like, as far as like topics, like, like that, like the charge is kind of more of a different topic than just confidence, but like,
yeah, it is different.
Right. So like, is there any way like where we can add books that kind of like, oh, I think this book is great for this particular topic? Because I know there are like 3 to 5 topics that we're all looking for, like confidence, leadership, that kind of thing. I just think that would be kind of cool. I think we tend to forget like what people say, or we write them down somewhere and we don't know where to look when we're looking for one book, even if it's just a Google Drive that we all have access to or something.
Yeah, we totally can do a Google document. We can, I don't know, it hasn't always worked, but in our leadership page, you can create a document and allow other people to edit it. And in the file section, like you can add a drive. But I think I've tried that before and it wasn't editable. What would you guys prefer? The hard thing with a Google Doc is where to put it so that it's not lost.
can you add in a Facebook group a link to the Google Doc on, you know what I'm saying? Like in the file section, like even just on a
Yeah.
you know what? I'll look into it for you. How about I do that?
Okay, let me know. I think we can do that.
Okay.
But I think it'd be awesome for us to be able to add what we have read. I love Gary Vee's books too. You Can Crush It was one of my first ones that I've read 4.5 years ago now. Goodness. Atomic Habits is awesome. Agreed. Cool, guys. Well,
Can I just add really quick? Sarah found this coach collaborations content, and I joined it, and they actually have a running list. I haven't reviewed it, but I saved it. They have a whole list also of personal development books. So it's kind of similar to what Felice is like talking about for our team. So I'll review it today and then just see how that looks and how they like used it.
That'd be amazing.
I think I have access to that too, right, Sarah?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in there. And so I haven't downloaded all of it or even looked through all of it. So that's what's kind of hard to like, yeah, because I've been sharing some of the stuff in there, but there's a ton of stuff. It's $16 a month and there's like just a massive amount of things.
That's so cool.
And you get the whole like bod group. I mean, we didn't pay extra this month. Like we just got access to all of it and Shakeology recipes. And I don't know, $16 and takes the guesswork out of it for me monthly is worth my, worth that $16.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay, and wrapping up, I just wanted to share with you guys some thoughts for September as far as keeping things simple and streamlined. Everyone wants / needs, oh, why are you so grumpy? Needs to add business builders, right? Like that's and I know this just because of talking personally to you, each of you. How we do that is by talking about the business. And I know that gets daunting, but really keep it simple. Like if you earn your first paycheck and it helped pay for a dinner or a hot chocolate for your kid or whatever, keep it really simple and just share those little glimpses and try and see what you can do. Yes, it's recorded, Rochelle. See what you can do to just try and like bring little pieces around to coaching. It doesn't just have to be about money, right? Like I love having our community. I love that we're here for each other. I love that we're all different with a united mission. I love that we have different, like we can work on things together. I love the accountability. There's so many benefits of coaching that are not just the money. Granted, the financial benefit, being able to work from home is such a blessing and something that makes a difference in people's lives, right? Like there's a lot of other network marketing businesses out there, but I love ours. I love what we get to do. I couldn't do this for mascara. Nothing against that. I just couldn't do this about so many of the other companies out there. So try to highlight those little things. What would help you guys feel more confident about inviting to coaching? Because I feel like there's a lot of hesitation, and I've had it too, but what would help you guys invite to coaching?
Sorry, I just heard what would help inviting to coaching. I actually was going to say something, but we were talking about kind of different topics. Like, so you shared Liz's biz op thing, and I was like, you know what? I should share that. I'm looking for people who want to work the business. I need to share it. So I shared it. I posted it. I kind of used yours, but I kind of changed it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then what I did, I put it in my story, but I actually also sent it to people in their inbox that I thought would be great. And I said, I thought of you. That is all I said. This made me think of you. And then I actually had somebody respond from that. It was that simple. It wasn't, anything crazy or anything. And I think that for me, stuff like that is a little easier. When I feel like I have something to invite somebody to that I think would be great, because I feel like when I I have reached out to people before and I have invited them. And I've gotten, a lot of, I don't think it's for me, or I have so much going on. But like for me, having something to invite to that they don't have to say, yes, I'm interested in coaching right away. They get to kind of come see. And that's why I was talking to Sarah, that is one thing I want to start doing more of too on our own, not just depending on Liz's, is doing 1 or 2 a month and having them planned out and just saying, hey, no pressure whatsoever. I really just thought of you and think that you might, for whatever reason, give them a reason. This is when it is. Would you be interested in trying it out or checking it out or whatever? I think that makes it less daunting to me.
I agree.
To have that. So for me, I didn't hear the rest. I hope that was still on point what I said, but that worked for me. And then Elena, she was one of my, personally sponsored coaches, and she saw it on my story and responded to it. Hey, I love the link. So.
Perfect. I agree. So Liz's next one is on the 15th, just so you guys know if anyone wants to use that. And then maybe we can have a separate talk on the leadership page or something of who would want to be part of doing a team one. Or if just a few people wanna partner up. Celicia, yeah, I know Celicia, Jamie, Sarah, and I can't remember who else has told me. And I know Amy's wanting to get more involved with talking more about coaching as well. So there's a couple different ways we could do it. And I have a couple PowerPoints I'll look back on that kind of already separate some topics that people could talk about. Or you could just do it like we were going to do last month, and I totally dropped the ball because my life happened, which I apologize for. But like a Meet the Team event where everyone just shares a little piece of their story. And it'll just come down to picking dates and having someone lead it, really. So I think that could be a really awesome thing for us to invite to. So we could use Liz's on your schedule of stuff that you're inviting to if you want to, and then do one other one or 2, or you could do your own. This is everyone's individual business, but we do have a team to do a couple things together if we wanted to. But I think that would be really helpful too. So let's make that maybe a separate message thread, because I know we're past the hour anyways. I really quickly, does anyone hesitate to invite to coaching because they feel like they don't know how to help someone get started with coaching? Because that's a huge, usually, hesitation for newer people. If you do, I'm going to repost we have the team, the one that I created, the getting started manual. And then Liz is doing I'm thinking about doing one for our team, just a new coach getting started call here soon, because we have some newer coaches that are wanting to start, and just getting people started that way too. So I want to make sure that you guys have, if you don't feel comfortable on something, please tell me or post it in our leadership page so we can create a solution to that and move on, instead of continuously every month after month feeling paralyzed in an area. I want us to be able to be solutions oriented together and find solutions for each other so that we can grow together, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, so the whole guilty thing of bugging people, you're not. That's in our head. We have all struggled through that, is feeling like, I feel like I'm bugging people if I follow up with them. Beachbody is only on our brains. It's not on anyone else's. And so when you follow up with people, it actually shows that you really care about them and not that you're just about a sale. So that's something that will really help. We have to go back to our own hearts. What's my heart? Where am I at? What's my intention? Is it only to get a check in the mail? No, it's not the only thing. I'm reaching out to you because I care about you and I want to help you because I know that you are not feeling your best. And that's where we have to consistently come back to. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget about pumpkin spice. I almost said pumpkin shake. That's pumpkin shake. Bye. Go tell people now. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys have a good day. Thanks for showing up. Love you all. Bye.